writers' books to understand America better. America is a complex civilization, but I think the books that best put it in perspective, if you're looking from the outside, would be a couple. One of them is by Thomas Jefferson. It's called The Declaration of Independence. It gets right to the heart and soul of the founding of the United States of America, what we sought to achieve by creating this nation in 1776, and what made us different and apart from the old world. And unless you've read the Declaration of Independence by Thomas Jefferson, you really don't understand the essence of what it means to be an American. The second one that I would recommend is not by an American, it's by a Frenchman. But sometimes it takes someone observing from afar to really understand American culture. And that would be Alexis de Tocqueville when he traveled to the United States in the 1830s and wrote the famous book called Democracy in America, which really gets into how American culture works, how civil society seamlessly forms and works in local communities and local communities with national government. I think that's another keen insight. But then there are books that deal with our more recent history in the United States. John Steinbeck, Grapes of Wrath, is a great book on early industrialization in America as it relates to immigration, which is an interesting read. You probably have Joseph Heller's book, Catch-22, which is more of a farcical and cynical look at World War II and of war generally, which is another, I think, historic novel of sorts. And there are so many others that we could get into. One of my favorites is by Harrison Salisbury, who lived here in Russia, writing for newspapers back in the 1940s and 1950s. And he wrote a book in 1955 called An American in Russia. And I like it because it's written by an American, but it gives an American perspective on Russia, as seen through one of the early pioneering journalists. And it's a really interesting read and one that I would highly recommend because it helps our friends in Russia better understand how an American sees Russia and its culture, even back in the 1940s and 50s, but a lot of that culture remains the same. So that's another interesting idea that maybe I'd throw out.